बोलिए श्री वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की जय, सत्य सनातन धर्म की जय. Jai Jai Sitaram, and a cordial welcome to all devotees who are present here at the Mandir, as well as those who are joining us online today as we engage in our Sunday morning devotion. At this time, as we prepare to begin our Sunday morning service, I invite us all to clasp our hands, we close our eyes, we bow our heads, we focus our minds at the feet of Shri Krishna Bhagavan as we do our opening prarthana. Hari Om. Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Aim Saraswatyai Namaha. Om Karana Kamalebhyo Namaha. Om Bhadram Karnibhi Shrinuyam Deva. Bhadram Shemakshabirya Jatra. Sthirairangai Stushtuvan Sastanubhir. Vyashemahi Deva Hitam Yadayu. Swasti na Indro Bridashtavaha. Swasti na Pushaha Vishwaveraha. Swasti na Stakshurishtanemihi. Swasti no Brihaspatir Dadhatu. Om Paya Prativyam Paya Ushadeshu Paya Divyantarikshi Payodaha Payaswati Pradeshah Santu Mahyam. Om Vishnu Ratamasi Vishnu Snaptrestyo Vishnu Shurasi Vishnu Dhruvorasi Vaishnavamasi Vishnavetva. Om Agnid Devata Vato Devata Devata Chandra Devata Vasuvo Devata Rudro Devata Dityo Devata Maruto Devata Vishvideva Devata Brihaspati Devata Indro Devata Varuno Devata. Om Dhyo Shanti Antarikshagam Shanti Pratavih Shanti Apah Shanti Oshraya Shanti Vanaspataya Shanti Vishvideva Shanti Brahma Shanti Sarvagam Shanti Shantireva Shanti Samah Shanti Ridhi. Om Vishwani Deva Savitar Duritani Parasuva Yad Bhadram Tannasuva. Om Gananantva Ganapati Gum Havamai Priyanam Tva Ganapati Gum Havamai Nidhinam Tva Nidhipati Gum Havamai Baso Mama Aham Jani Garbhadhama Tvam Jasi Garbhadham. Chant the Rashi name in the mind. Om Tat Sat. Om Vishnur Vishnur Vishnu Namaha Paramatmane Shri Puran Purushottam Adya Shri Brahmano Nidvitya Paradhe Shri Shvet Varaha Kalpe Vaivasvat Manvantare Ashta Vinashati Tame Kalyuge Kali Prathama Charane Bhuloke Jambu Dvipe Kanada Varshe Skabro Grami Baudhavatare शुभ मासी शुभ पक्षे शुभ तिथि अमुक नामस्य मुक गोत्रम नाम हम दैहिक दैविक भौतिक तापत्रय इति श्री पांच महादेवता श्री कृष्ण भगवान हवन पूजनम संकल्पम अहम करिष्ये. Offer your flower. We now do Pavitra purification. We sprinkle the water around the altar area 3 times. Om Apavitraha Pavitro Sarvavasthangato Vapeva Yasmarit Pundari Kaksham Sabahyabhya Antaram Suchi. Om Shri Vishnu Shri Vishnu Shri Vishnu. We pay obeisance to Dharti Mata, Mother Earth, by bowing to our altar 3 times. ॐ क्षमाश्वमे पदस्पर्शं क्षमाशिले परात्परे रामकृष्णादिकानं त्वं माता पृथ्वी नमस्तुते. Bow to the ground and take your seat. ॐ पृथ्वी त्वया धृता लोका देवी त्वं विष्णुना धृता त्वं च धारयामां नित्यं पावित्रं कुरु च आसनं इति आसनं समर्पयामि. प्रेम से आसन लीजिए. Please have your seats. So at this time, devotees, we compose ourselves. We bring our minds to a point of focus where we invoke the presence and blessings of Panch Mahadevata. If you do have flowers, take a flower in your hand, and we firstly contemplate, meditate at the feet of Gajanana Swami, Shri Ganesh Ji. Hari Om Vakratunda Mahakaya Suryakoti Samaprabha Nirviganam Kuru Me Deva Sarvakaryeshu Sarvara. Om Vigneshwaraya Varadaya Surapriyaya Lambodharaya Sakalaya Jagadhitaya Nagananaya Shruti Yagya Vibhushitaya Gauri Sutaya Gananatha Namo Namaste. Om Ganapataye Namaha. Om Ganapataye Namaha. Om Ganapataye Namaha. Boli Shri Gajanana Swami ki Jai. We now focus our minds upon Devi Mata, Universal Mata, in the form of Adi Shakti, Durga Mata. Om Sarva Mangala Mangalye Shive Sarvartha Sadhike Sharanye Trayambike Gauri Narayane Namostute. Ya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu Matri Rupena Sanstita Namastasyai 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 Namo Namaha. Boli Shri Adi Shakti Durga Mata ki Jai. We now focus our minds upon the Parampita, the Supreme Father, the Supreme Lord, in the form of Shiv Shankar Bhagwan. Om Tat Purushaya Vidamahe Mahadevaya Dhimahi Tanno Rudra Prachodayat. Kar Charana Kritam Va Kayajam Karmajam Va Shravananayanajam Va Manasam Va Paradham Vihitam Vihitam Va Sarvame Tatshamasva. Jai Jai Karunabhi Shri Mahadeva Shambhu. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Holy Shri Mahapati Mahadeva ki Jai. We make humble prostrations, obeisance at the feet of Surya Narayana Swami. This morning we're very blessed on this Sunday, at least in the GTA, to have a wonderful sunshine. We pay obeisance to that Surya Narayana Swami. Om Adi Deva Namastubhyam Prasida Mama Bhashkara Divakar Namastubhyam प्रभाकर नमस्तुते। ॐ भास्कराय विद्महे दिवाकराय धीमहि तन्नो सूर्यः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ सूर्याय नमः। ॐ सूर्याय नमः। ॐ सूर्याय नमः। बोलिए श्री सूर्य नारायण स्वामी की जय। We now focus our minds at the feet of Shri Mahavishnu Bhagavan and this last major incarnation of Shri Krishna. Om Yam Brahma Varunendra Rudra Marutah Stunavante Devyaistavai Vedai Sangaparakramopanishadair Gayantiyam Samagam ध्याना वष्टित तद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनो यस्यान्तं न विदुसुरासुरगणा देवाय तस्मै नमः। ॐ कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नन्दनाय च नन्दगोपाकुमाराय श्रीगोविन्दाय नमो नमः। ॐ कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय हरये परमात्मने प्रणतक्लेशनाशाय श्रीगोविन्दाय नमो नमः। ॐ गोविन्दं गोकुलानन्दं गोपालं गोपीवल्लभं गोवर्धनोद्धरं धीरं तं वन्दे गोमतीप्रियम्। ॐ पीताम्बरनाभं पद्म अक्षं पुरुषोत्तमं पवित्रं परमानन्दं तं वन्दे परमेश्वरम्। ॐ दामोदरं दिव्यसिंहं दयालुदीननायकं दैत्यं तं वन्दे देवकीसुतम्। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। बोलिए श्री वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की जय। So now we will be making offerings at the feet of Shri Krishna Bhagavan. So those who would like to join at home can make the offerings along with us. Firstly, we offer water. Hari Om Gangesha Yamune Chaiva Godavari Saraswati Narmade Sindhu Kaveri Jalyasmin Sindhim Kurum Shri Krishna Bhagavan Argyam Padyam Snanam Samarpayami. We offer Chandan at the head of Shri Krishna. Om Shri Khanda Chandanang Divyam Gandhadhyo Sumanoharam Vilepanam Surushreshtam Chandanang Prati Grihyatam Shri Krishna Bhagavan Chandanang Samarpayami. We offer flower. Om Malakari Sugandheni Malyatari Vai Prabhu Maihritani Pujartam Pushpani Pratigrihyatam Shri Krishna Bhagavan Pushpam Samarpayami. We offer essence, perfume. Om Gandham Grihan Devesha Devadeva Dayanidhi Tvameva Jagatam Anatistva Tvameva Jagatam Prabhu Shri Krishna Bhagavan Gandham Samarpayami. We now perform Arti for Shri Krishna. Om Sajang Chavarti Sanyuktam Vahanenayojitam Maya Deepam Grihan Devesh Trailokyam Timirapaham. Bolish Vrindavan Bihari Lal Ki Jai. If you have Naivedya prepared, you can hold it in your hands at this time. And firstly, we'll pass the water around it 3 times. Om Mandakinyastu Yadavari Sarva Papaharam Shubham Tariram Kalpitam Devam Samyagya Achmanyatvam Tvaya. We all now pray in our own words to Shri Krishna Bhagavan as we humbly ask that he accept this Naivedya and to shower his blessings upon us. Hari Om Gritpakvan Havishyanam Paisham Cha Sharkara Nanavidham Cha Naivedyam Shri Krishna Bhagavan Naivedyam Samarpayami. Om Harir Data Harir Bhukta Harirannam Prajapate Harir Vipra Sharirastu Bhukte Bhojayate Hari. Bolish Vrindavan Bihari Lal Ki Jai. Touch the prasad at the feet of the Murti, touch to your head. Repeat Shri Krishna Arpanam. If you have flowers, tulsi leaf, you can offer it at the feet of Shri Krishna whilst chanting Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So we now offer water to Shri Krishna. Om Sarva Papaharam Devam Gangeyam Nirmalam Jalam Achmanyam Chamaya Dattam Grihan Parameshwara Shri Krishna Bhagavan Achmanyam Samarpayami. If you have a dakshina prepared, you can offer it at the feet of Shri Krishna. Om Nakapala Supala Maulavi Vanditangri Yugala Prabhu Hari Dakshinang Pradeshri Krishna Bhagavan Danam Dakshinaye Samarpayami. Boli Shri Vrindavan Bihari Lal Ki Jai. So before we move on to our Havan, we can all join our voices together as we chant praises to Gajanana Swami. Very beautiful bhajan. Vandanapati Vigna Vinashana He Lambodare Gajanana Vande Ganapati
Vigna Vinashana He Lambodare Gajanana
Vande Ganapati Vigna Vinashana He Lambodare Gajanana
Vande Ganapati Vigna Vinashana He Lambodare Gajanana
रिद्धि सिद्धि के दाता तुम हो रिद्धि सिद्धि के
दाता
विघ्नविनाशन हे लंबोदर गजानना
वन्दे गणपति विघ्नविनाशन हे लम्बोदर गजानना
जो ध्यावे वांछित फल पावे
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 अग्रदेव तुम्हें वंदना अग्रदेव
तुम्हें वंदना
वंदे गणपति विघ्न विनाशन हे लंबोदर गजानना
वन्दे गणपति विघ्नविनाशन हे लम्बोदर गजानना
काम क्रोध मद लोभ व्याधि हरो काम क्रोध
मद लोभ व्याधि हरो
काम क्रोध मद लोभ व्याधि हरो
काम क्रोध मद लोभ व्याधि हरो
निर्विकार निर्मल मना
निर्विकार निर्मल
वन्दे गणपति विघ्न विनाशन हे लंबोदर गजानना
वन्दे गणपति विघ्नविनाशन हे लम्बोदर गजानना
गजानना हे गजानना गजानना हे 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 गजानना
गजानना हे गजानना
गजानना हे गजानना
गजानना हे गजानना
गजानना हे गजानना
गजानना हे गजानना गजानना हे गजानना गजानना हे गजानना गजानना हे गजानना वन्दे गणपति विघ्न विनाशन हे लंबोदर गजानना बोलिए श्री गजानन स्वामी की जय. So at this time, devotees, we will engage in mantra jap havan. So those who are joining us in havan at home, can please sit in front of your havan kund at this time. As we chant this mantra, we will light the fire. हरिः ओं भूर्भुवः स्वः ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः धयोरिवा भूम्ना पृथिवी वावरिं न तस्य अस्ति पृथिवी देवाय जनिम पृष्ठे अग्निम अनादमनादयादधि बोलिए श्री अग्नि देवता की जय. Pass the water around the fire 3 times. Om Mandakinyastu Yadavare Sarvapapharam Shubham Tariram Kalpitam Deva Samayagya Achmanyatvam Tvayati Achmanyam Samarpayami. We now begin making our offerings and the recitation of Swaha. All of us can repeat Swaha together. Om Shri Ganesh Devtabhyo Namaha Swaha. Om Ganganapataye Namaha Swaha. Om Ganganapataye Namaha Swaha. Om Shri Gauri Mataye Namaha Swaha. Shri Shankar Bhagavan Bhyo Namaha Swaha. Shri Agni Devtabhyo Namaha Swaha. Shri Mahalakshmi Mataye Namaha Swaha. Shri Mahavishnu Bhagavan Bhyo Namaha Swaha. Om Namo Narayanaye Bhyo Namaha Swaha. Shri Surya Devta Bhyo Namaha Swaha. Shri Chandra Devta Bhyo Namaha Swaha. Shri Mangal Devta Bhyo Namaha Swaha. Shri Buddha Devta Bhyo Namaha Swaha. Shri Brihaspati Devta Bhyo Namaha Swaha. Shri Shukra Devata Bhyo Namaha Swaha. Shri Shani Devata Bhyo Namaha Swaha. Shri Rahu Devta Bhyo Namaha Swaha. Shri Ketu Devta Bhyo Namaha Swaha. Shri Pranaya Bhyo Namaha Swaha. Shri Apanaya Bhyo Namaha Swaha. Shri Samanaya Bhyo Namaha Swaha. Shri Indriyaya Bhyo Namaha Swaha. Shri Udanikaya Bhyo Namaha Swaha. Shri Ishta Devata Bhyo Namaha Swaha. Shri Kul Devta Bhyo Namaha Swaha. Shri Sthan Devta Bhyo Namaha Swaha. Shri Gram Devta Bhyo Namaha Swaha. Shri Mata Pita Charan Kamle Bhyo Namaha Swaha. Shri Panchpal Devta Bhyo Namaha Swaha. Shri Das Dikpal Devta Bhyo Namaha Swaha. Shri Adi Shakti Durga Mataye Namaha Swaha. Shri Arundhati Devi Bhyo Namaha Swaha. Shri Bhadrakali Devi Bhyo Namaha Swaha. Shri Santoshini Devi Bhyo Namaha Swaha. Shri Rudrani Devi Bhyo Namaha Swaha. Shri Brahmani Devi Bhyo Namaha Swaha. Shri Parameshwari Devi Bhyo Namaha Swaha. Shri Ambike Devi Bhyo Namaha Swaha. Shri Chandike Devi Bhyo Namaha Swaha. Om Aim Saraswati Mataye Namaha Swaha. Shri Ram Chandra Bhagavan Bhyo Namaha Swaha. Shri Krishna Bhagavan Bhyo Namaha Swaha. Shri Hanumate Devata Bhyo Namaha Swaha. We all join together as we recite Brahm Gayatri Mantra. Om Bhurabhuvah Swaha Tat Saviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhyo Yo Nah Prachodayat Swaha. Om Bhurabhuvah Swaha Tat Saviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhyo Yo Nah Prachodayat Swaha. Om Bhurabhuvah Swaha Tat Saviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhyo Yo Nah Prachodayat Swaha. Mahamrityunjay Mantra. Om Trayambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukam Vandanam Mrityur Mukshyamamritat Swaha. Om Trayambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukam Vandanam मृत्युर्मुक्ष्यमामृतात् स्वाहा ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमेव वन्दनाम् मृत्युर्मुक्ष्यमामृतात् स्वाहा. We all chant together Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya 27 times. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Swaha. 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 Shri Sarvadevata Devyo Bhyo Namaha Swaha. Shri Sarvadevata Devyo Bhyo Namaha Swaha. Shri Sarvadevata Devyo Bhyo Namaha Swaha. Final offering. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnam Mudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate Om Sarvam Vai Purnagvam Swaha. Bolish Vrindavan Bihari Lal Ki Jai. Pass water around the fire 3 times. Om Sarva Papaharam Devam Gangeyam Nirmalam Jalam Achmanyam Chamaya Dattam Grihan Parameshwara Shri Agni Devta Achmanyam Samarpayami. Boli Shri Satya Sanatan Dharma Ki Jai. So at this time, devotees, we'll have 2 small kirtan, bhajans, so Sera and then Shrupta.
Radhe Radhe Govinda Gopal Radhe 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 Govinda राधे गोविंद गोपाल राधे 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 गोविंद गोपाल राधे गोपाल गोपाल नाचो गोपाला गोपाल गोपाल नाचो गोपाला गोपाल गोपाल नाचो गोपाला गोपाल गोपाल नाचो गोपाला नाचो नाचो जय नंदलाला नाचो नाचो जय नंदलाला नाचो नाचो जय नंदलाला नाचो नाचो जय नंदलाला गोपाल गोपाल नाचो गोपाला गोपाल गोपाल नाचो गोपाला गोपाल गोपाल नाचो गोपाला गोपाल गोपाल नाचो गोपाला नाचो नाचो जय नंदलाला नाचो नाचो जय नंदलाला नाचो नाचो जय नंदलाला नाचो नाचो जय नंदलाला रुम झुम नाचो गोपाला रिम झिम नाचो गोपाला रुम झुम नाचो गोपाला रिम झिम नाचो गोपाला जय नाचो गोपाला जय नाचो गोपाला जय नाचो गोपाला जय नाचो गोपाला नाचो नाचो जय नंदलाला नाचो नाचो जय नंद लाला नाचो नाचो जय नंद लाला नाचो नाचो जय नंद लाला गोपाल गोपाल नाचो गोपाला गोपाल गोपाल नाचो गोपाला गोपाल गोपाल नाचो गोपाला गोपाल गोपाल नाचो गोपाला नाचो नाचो जय नंद लाला 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 रम झम नाचो गोपाला रिम झिम नाचो गोपाला रम झम नाचो गोपाला रिम झिम नाचो गोपाला जी नाचो गोपाला जी नाचो गोपाला जी नाचो गोपाला जी नाचो गोपाला नाचो नाचो जय नंद लाला 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 गोपाल गोपाल नाचो गोपाला गोपाल गोपाल नाचो गोपाला गोपाल गोपाल नाचो गोपाला गोपाल गोपाल नाचो गोपाला नाचो नाचो जय नंद लाला 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 नाचो नाचो जय नंद लाला
Ish Vrindavan Bihari Lal ki Jai. So indeed, devotees, wonderful kirtan that we enjoy, that atmosphere, that energy. We say to Shri Krishna Bhagavan, Nacho, Nacho, Jai Nandalala. We ask that Lord to dance into our hearts, to dance into our lives, cleansing our minds, our hearts, giving us that ability to deal with the negativity as it comes to us in our lives. So this morning we'll read a few lines out of Sri Ramcharitamanas. Before we do so, however, let us clasp our hands, we close our eyes, we bow our heads as we offer this humble prarthana, this prayer at the feet of Maryada Purushottam Prabhu Sri Ram, before we begin reading out of his most wonderful scripture. Om Shri Ganeshaya Namah. Om Aim Saraswatyai Namaha. Om Shri Guru Charana Kamale Bhyo Namo Namaha. Ramaya Ramabhadraya Ramachandraya Vedase Raghunathaya Nathaya Sitaya Pataye Namaha. Neelambhuj Shamal Komalangam Sita Samarupit Vam Bhagam Pano Maha Sayak Charu Chapam Namami Ramam Raghuvanshanakam. He Ram Purushottam Narhari Narayan Keshava Govinda Garudadhvaja Gunanidhi Damodar Madhava. He Krishna Kamalapati Yadupati Sitapati Shripati Vaikunta Adipati Characharpati Lakshmipati Pavane. आदौ रामतपोवनादिगमनं हत्वा मृगं काञ्चनं वैदेहीहरणं जटायुमरणं सुग्रीवसम्भाषणम् बालिनिग्रहणं समुद्रतरणं लङ्कापुरी दाहनं पश्चात् रावण कुम्भकर्ण हननम् एताधि रामायणम्। कृपालु भजो मन हरानुभव भय दारुणं नर कंजलोचन कंजमुखकर कंजपद कंजारुणं श्रीराम 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 कंदरप अगणित अमित छविनव नील नीरद सुंदरम पतपीत मानहतरित रुचि शुचि नौमि जनक सुदावरम श्रीराम 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 भजु दीन बंधु दिनेश दानव दैत्य वंशनिकंदनम रघुनंद आनंद कंद कोशल चंद दशरथ वंदनम श्रीराम कृपाल भजो मन हरण भव भय दारुणं नव कंजलोचन कंजमुखकर कंजपद कंजारुणं श्रीराम श्रीराम बोली श्री रामचंद्र भगवान की जय. So last week, devotees, as we read out of Sri Ramcharitamanas, Kagbhusundaji was relieved of the moha, of the illusion, the infatuation that was taking a hold in his mind at that time through the grace and blessings of Maryada Purushottam Prabhu Sri Ram. When Sri Ram placed his hands upon the head of Kagbhusundaji, and he relieved him of this distress. And devotees, witnessing the graciousness, the kindness, how merciful is our Bhagavan. As we just sang, Sri Ramachandra Kripalu, he is very Kripalu, he is very merciful. It's a quality that should be present in the lives of each and every person. Sanatana Dharma teaches us this, isn't it? Sanatana Dharma teaches us 4 major principles that we should live our lives according to. Sat, Sauch, Daya, Dan. To live our lives in a truthful way, to live our lives in a clean way, to live our lives in a merciful way, to live our lives in a charitable way, in a giving way. It is for us to analyze ourselves and see, how truthful am I? How clean am I? How merciful am I? How kind am I? And how giving, how charitable am I? Right? The tendency today in the world today is that we look elsewhere. We look at somebody else first. The wife look at the husband look at the wife, the children look at the parents look at the children. You know, we look at the neighbor, we look at the co-worker, but how much time do we spend looking at ourselves? Seeing what we are, seeing our deficiencies. Am I living up to these 4 principles? Beholding this kindness, the merciful nature of Bhagavan, devotees, with tears streaming down his eyes. Kagbhusundaji, he made a petition. He offered a prarthana. He offered a prayer at the feet of Maryada Purushottam devotees. What are the words that Kagbhusundaji may have used at that time? It's a very wonderful bhajan. Will relate to us what Kagbhusundaji may have said at that time. Raghuvar, 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 तुमको मेरी लाज, तुमको मेरी लाज. O Prabhu Shri Ram, तुमको मेरी लाज. I place myself at your feet for your protection. Sada sada mai sharan tihari. Each and every moment of my life I seek your protection, O Prabhu. Tum ho garib nivaj. You who rescue those who are suffering in life. You rescue those who are suffering, who are under distress. These are the words that Kagbhusundaji may have used at that time. Raghuvar, Raghuvar. Can we all sing together with him to Lord Prabhu Shri Ram? Raghuvar, Raghuvar, tumko meri लाज, तुमको मेरी लाज. रघुवर, रघुवर,
रघुवर, रघुवर, तुमको मेरी लाज, तुमको मेरी लाज.
सदा सदा में शरण तिहारी, सदा सदा में
शरण तिहारी.
तुम हो गरीब निवाज. रघुवर, 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 तुमको मेरे लाज,
तुमको मेरे लाज.
अडखंदन दुख भंजन जन के, अडखंदन दुख भंजन जन के, यही तिहारों का, यही तिहारों का, अडखंदन दुख भंजन जन के, यही तिहारों का। तुलसीदास पर कृपा कीजे, तुलसीदास पर कृपा कीजे, भक्ति दान देहु आज रघुवर, रघुवर 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 रघुवर, तुमको मेरे लाज,
तुमको मेरे लाज।
सदा सदा में शरण तिहारी, सदा सदा में
शरण तिहारी,
तुम हो गरीब निवाज, रघुवर 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 रघुवर,
तुमको मेरे लाज, तुमको मेरे लाज,
तुमको मेरे लाज, तुमको मेरे बोली श्री रामचंद्र भगवान की जय. Devotees, the moments that we feel that we are unprotected in life. Do we feel like that sometimes? That we are unprotected? Who is there to protect us? The Shri Shiv Chalisa tells us, Mata Pita Bhrata Sab Koi Sankat Mein Puchat Nahi Koi. That sometimes when we are truly in distress, even if mother wants to help us, she's helpless. Father wants to help us, also helpless. Friends, relatives, siblings, they all want to help us, but they're all helpless. When we are truly in distress, devotees, sometimes all of the worldly relations become helpless in the face of that difficulty, in the face of that suffering. So we say unto the Lord, Swami ek hai asha tumhari. That, O Lord, I understand that you are my only hope. I understand that you are my only hope. And as such devotees, we strive to nurture that relationship, to make that closeness felt with our Bhagwan at all times. So here it is, Kagbhusundaji is seated before Maryada Purushottam, and with the tears running down from his eyes, and he's offering this humble prayer at the feet of Prabhu Shri Ram. Devotees, what happened when Prabhu Shri Ram listened? Let us hear in Doha. Suprema mam bani dekhi din nij das, dekhi din nij das. वाचन सुखद गंभीर मृदु भोले रमा निवास सियापति रामचंद्र जी की जय शरण। सुनी सुप्रेम मम बानी देखी दीन निज दास. Devotees, when he heard the words of Kakbusundji, which was supreme. Supreme means overflowing with love, filled with love, immersed in love. When he heard the words of Kakbusundji, so full of love, Mama Bani, dekhi deen nij das, and he saw the suffering. He saw the plight of his das, of his devotee, his servant. When he saw the plight of this servant devotees, what happened? Bachana sukad gambhir mridu. Devotees, that Lord started to speak words that brought sukh, happiness to the heart of Kakbusundji. Very wonderful teaching, devotees. Very wonderful teaching. You know, when we speak to one another, how many of the words that we use, how many of the words that we say to one another brings happiness? You don't answer that to anybody. You answer that to yourself. How many of the words that we utter, that we say to someone else, brings them happiness? Or how many of them make others unhappy? Should we use our words to make others unhappy? Should that be our aim, intention? To make others unhappy? Sometimes, now let us not go on the wrong understanding with this. Sometimes we have to say things that people become unhappy with what we say, but our intention should not be to make others unhappy. You understand? So if I'm doing something wrong and somebody points it out to me, I become unhappy because I'm doing something wrong and I feel like they shouldn't say it to me. Now, am I correct in this? Am I correct in this behavior? No. But if that person's intention, who is saying to me that this behavior is not correct and you should correct it, and their intention is pure, the intention is to help me, then that is not making others unhappy with your words. But we should not go out intentionally to use words that will hurt others, that will cause them pain and distress. Here the Lord is speaking and He's showing us by example that we use the words that will uplift others, that will make them peaceful, that will make them happy. That Lord, He spoke very softly, very gently, but very meaningful words. You know the old adage, the old saying, it says, walk softly, but carry a big stick. It means, devotees, that we let our actions speak more than the words. But here the Lord is using words that are very profound, very meaningful. And as we say, devotees, you know, the more we speak, the more air that we use, isn't it? The more breath we have to take. And if our life is measured by the amount of breaths that we take, that means the more that we speak, less time we have. Isn't it so? Isn't it true? So this is why it is recommended that we spend some quiet time every day. Some quiet time every day. No speaking. You know how they used to do it a long time? They used to tell the children, zip them out, lock it, and throw away the key. Right? Do it for about 15 minutes. No speaking. We stay silent for about 15 minutes. And in that silence, devotees, we also try to focus the mind. Quiet the mind as well. So what did the Lord say, devotees? Let us hear in this Chaupai. काकबुसुंदी मागुबर अति प्रसन्न मोहिजान रामा अति प्रसन्न मोहिजान अनिमादिक सिद्धि अपर रिधि मोक्ष सकल सुखदान रामा मोक्ष सकल सुख खानि सिया वर रामचंद्र पद जय शरणं शंकर हरि ओम जय जय सिया राम. Prabhu Shri Ram said, Kak Bhusundi Magubara. He said, O Kak Bhusundi ji, ask what you want. Ask any gift you want. Magubara. Ati prasanna mohijani. Understand that I am highly pleased. I'm very, very pleased with you. I'm very pleased with your dedication. Devotees, this is what we should strive to do in our lives, to please God. Again, long time, if you were to meet somebody and you say, I'll see you tomorrow, a common statement they will say after that is, please God. Meaning that if it pleases God, I will see you tomorrow. But then it became just a saying. But we have to understand the meaning behind that. That whatever we do should please God. Whatever we do. So if I'm sitting here to read from Sri Ramcharitamanas and I'm not doing it with the aim of pleasing God, then what am I doing? If I'm doing it with the aim of pleasing who is listening, then what am I doing? Can I please everybody who is listening? No. You'll never please everybody who's listening because everybody receives it in a different way. They receive it according to their mental capabilities at that point in time. So I'll never be able to please everybody. So then what do? Whatever we do it to please God. God will never judge us unfairly. So again, if our intention is correct, then everything is good. Everything is good. So the Lord says, Ati prasanna mohijani. Understand that I'm very, very pleased. I'm very, very happy with you. He says, ask whatever you want. He said, Animadika siddhi apararidhi. He says, whether you want the 8 forms of perfection, 8 types of siddhi, animadika, anima and so on. Anima means that you can become as small as you want. Mahima means that you can become as large as you want. Who had all these siddhis, devotees? Who possessed all of these siddhis? Pavanputra Hanumanji. Who blessed him with all these siddhis? Ashta siddhi now nidhi ke data asbaradina Janaki Mata. Sita Mata blessed him with all these siddhis, devotees. So this was offered to Kak Bhusundi ji. You can have all these siddhis if you want, Lord. Prabhu Shri Ram says, I'll give you. Whatever you want, ask. He says, Apararidhi, I will give you the wealth comparable to that possessed by Kuber. Kuber is the god of wealth. So we'll give him all the wealth comparable to that of Kuber. He says, Moksha sakala sukh khani. You can even have moksha if you want. That final liberation, dharma, arth, kam, moksha, the 4 phal of human existence. He says you can even have moksha if you want. All of these things were offered to Kak Bhusundi ji by Prabhu Shri Ram. And what happened? That is here in Chaupai. बिरति विज्ञाना ये दुर्लभ गुण जे जग जाना। बोलो श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम। श्री राम जय राम
जय जय राम।
आज देव सब संशय नाहि। श्री राम जय राम
जय जय राम।
बुझ तो ही भाव मन माहि। बोलो श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम। श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम। श्री राम
जय राम जय जय राम।
What he offered again, devotees? Jnana vivek virat vijnana. He offered him Gyan. What is Gyan? What is Gyan, devotees? Knowledge. He offered him all the knowledge. He said Vivek, power of discrimination, to choose what is correct over what is not correct. Bidati, Vairagya, dispassion, detachment. Vijnana, spiritual wisdom. So you notice, do you notice that these two words are mentioned separately, Gyan and Vigyan. Gyan, Vivek, Bidati, Vijnana. So knowledge and spiritual knowledge, two different things. Two different things. Spiritual knowledge, devotees, does not pollute our mind. Doesn't cause our mind to become confused. Doesn't cause our mind to become egotistical. He said, Muni Dodalabha Guna Je Jagajana. Or I can give you the numerous virtues that are possessed by the sages and they scarcely can attain them. I can give you all these virtues. He says, Aaj Dev Sab Sanshay Nahi. He says, Kagbhusundaji, do not have any doubts. Do not have any doubts. Today I will give you what you ask. Today I will give you what you ask. He says, Ma gujotohi bhav man mahi. Do not doubt. Ask whatever is in your mind. Ask whatever is in your mind. Devotees, somebody, Bhagwan, come and tell us this. Ask whatever you want. What we will ask for. What we will ask for, devotees. Think about it. It's an open offer Bhagwan is giving us. Bhagwan is offering all of these things. Offering all these things to Kagbhusundaji. Devotees, we need to attain the knowledge to understand what to ask for. We need to have the knowledge to ask for what we need, what is really needed in our lives. What would we ask for, devotees? We ask that Lord to grant us that ability to ask for what is correct. What is correct? He's offering all of these things, all of the siddhis, all of the knowledge, all of the discrimination, everything he's offering to Kagbhusundaji. He Prabhu Anand Data Gyan Hamko Dejiye. We ask that Prabhu to give us that Gyan, that knowledge. that will cause us to make right decisions in our lives. हे प्रभु आनंद दाता, ज्ञान हमको दीजिए। हे प्रभु आनंद दाता, ज्ञान हमको ज्ञान हमको दीजिए। प्रभु ज्ञान हमको दीजिए। ज्ञान हमको
दीजिए। प्रभु ज्ञान हमको दीजिए।
हे प्रभु आनंद दाता, ज्ञान हमको दीजिए। हे प्रभु
आनंद दाता, ज्ञान हमको दीजिए।
शीघ्र सारे दुर्गुणों को दूर हमसे कीजिए। शीघ्र सारे दुर्गुणों को दूर हमसे कीजिए। हे प्रभु आनंद दाता, ज्ञान हमको दीजिए। प्रेम से हम गुरुजनों की नित्य ही सेवा करें। प्रेम से हम गुरुजनों की नित्य ही सेवा करें। सत्य बोले झूठ त्यागे, नेह आपस में करे। हे प्रभु आनंद दाता, ज्ञान हमको दीजिए।
हे प्रभु आनंद दाता, ज्ञान हमको दीजिए।
प्रभु ज्ञान हमको दीजिए। प्रभु ज्ञान हमको दीजिए। We ask that Lord devotees to bless us with that knowledge that will allow us to remove all negativity, all deficiencies from our life. Prem se hum guru jano ki, that may I always have love for my teachers. May I always have love for my guru. So we have two main types of gurus, right? Siksha guru, Diksha guru. Siksha guru, anyone who teaches you something. You don't have to be, formally christened with someone, right? We have a music guru. When we go to school, we have our academic gurus. First gurus are Mata, Pita, mother, father. They teach us, right? Who teach you how to talk, how to speak? Mother, father, not so? They are the ones we learn from first. So they like our first gurus, right? Then we have our teachers in school, anyone that we learn from. There's Katha in Bhagavad Mahapuran, talks about the devotee who went into the forest. He found 24 different gurus in the forest. He learned from various animals, he learned from the streams, he learned from the trees, he learned from the grass. He learned lessons from all of them. So they all became like guru to him. It says, Prema se ham guru jano ki, that may I always have love for the feet of my teachers. Then the Diksha guru is who? The one who gives you Guru Mantra. This is the Diksha guru. The spiritual guru, a spiritual guide. And this is only we consider to be one. One person will do this. one spiritual guide will be there for us in our lives. Nitya hi seva kare, that may always be able to serve them. May always be able to serve them, because in service to the Guru, Guru pada pankaja seva, tisari bhakti aman. Guru pada pankaja seva. That when we perform service, seva, to the feet of our Guru, selfless service, pankaja seva, not any kind of service, selfless service to the feet of the Guru, tisari bhakti aman. That this is considered third type of devotion, naudha bhakti katha. Where Sri Ram is explaining all of these things to Shabri Mata. Devotees, nitya hi seva kare, may I always perform service at the feet of my teachers. Satya bole jhoot tyage, that may I always speak satya. May I always speak the truth. Jhoot tyage, may I leave aside untruth, that which is untruth. We ask the Lord to bless us with these qualities, devotees. All of these things are offered to Kagbu Sundaji. All of these things. He said, do not fear, do not have doubt, ask what you want. O Kagbu Sundaji, I'm very pleased with you. I'm very pleased with you. And he went on to say, devotees, let us hear. Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Rama. Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Rama. Bolo
Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Rama. Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Rama.
Suni Prabhu Bachan Adhik Anurage, Man Anuman Karan Tab Lage. Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Rama. Bolo
Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Rama.
प्रभु कह दे न सकल सुख साही. बोलो
Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Rama.
भगति आपने देनन कही. बोलो
Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Rama.
श्री राम जय राम, जय जय रामा.
Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Rama.
रघुपति राघव राजा रामा.
रघुपति राघव राजा रामा. रघुपति राघव राजा रामा. रघुपति राघव राजा रामा.
सुनी प्रभु बचन अधिक अनुरागे, मन अनुमान करन तब लागे. Suni Prabhu Bachan Adhik Anurageyo. Listening to the wonderful words that were said to him by Prabhu Shri Ram. Listening to these wonderful words, devotees. He says that he's relating, of course, to Garudaji. He's saying that I was overwhelmed with love. I was overwhelmed with love. You know, sometimes somebody sit and talk to you, and they sit and talk to you with that emotion, that feeling, that selflessness, and we have no other recourse. We have no other choice, but we start to cry because we feel that emotion that is being put forth by that person, by that individual. We feel that selflessness. We feel that love that is being put forth by that person. And devotees, that overwhelms us sometimes. And you know, when feelings overwhelm us, how it is overflow? Where's the overflow valve? Eyes, right? So it starts to overflow in the form of tears. So here it is that Kakbusundaji, he said he felt overwhelmed with this love that is being expressed by Mariara Purushottam. But then, he did not allow that feeling to cloud his vision. He did not allow that feeling to cloud his vision. Man anuman karan tabalageo. But he started to think. He started to think a little bit. What did he think, devotees? Prabhu kaha dena sakala sukha sahi. That the Lord has promised all sorts of nice gifts. All sorts of gifts that will make me happy. All sorts of gifts that will bring happiness. Bhagati apani dena na kahi. But the Lord didn't speak anything about bhakti. Boli Shri Ramachandra Bhagavan ki jai. Offered him everything. He called all, various gifts, all very valuable. Lord never said anything about bhakti. He never said anything about devotion to the feet, to his lotus feet. So here it is, Kakbusundaji is thinking to himself, Lord offered everything, but he didn't offer bhakti. So devotees, this world, all sorts of things will come to us. All sorts of gifts, all sorts of rewards will come to us. Will we be tempted to go in wrong direction? Will we be tempted to swerve from our path, the path that we should be on, because of these rewards or these perceived rewards that we are offered or that we may achieve in our lives? Many times we do, isn't it? Many times we do go off our path and we pursue different goals and aspirations, things that we'd like to have, only to get it and realize that I'm no better than I was 1 year ago. I'm no happier than I was 2 years ago. How many times have we done this in our lives? But we continue to be fooled in this world. We continue to be fooled in this world, devotees. Maya is very, very powerful, And here the Lord is not making it easy for Kakbusundaji. He's offering him all these things. Such wonderful gifts. Offering him all these things, but Kakbusundaji is smarter. He's smarter. He said, God didn't offer me bhakti. He didn't offer me devotion to his feet. Then he went on to say, devotees, let us hear. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Rama Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Rama Shri Ram Jai Ram
Jai Jai Rama Shri Ram Jai Rama Jai Jai Rama Jai Jai Rama
Bhagati heen gun sab sukh aise lavana bina bahu vyanjan jaise Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Rama
Shri Ram Jai Rama Jai Jai Rama Jai Jai Rama
भजन हीना सुख कवने काजा अस बिचारी बोले खग राजा
Shri Ram Jai
Ram
Jai Jai Rama Shri Ram Jai Rama Jai Jai Rama
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Rama
Shri Ram Jai Rama Jai Jai
Sundarji is thinking to himself, Bhakti hi na guna, sab sukh aise, lavan bina bahu, byanjana jaise. He says, without this bhakti, without love, without devotion to the feet of Bhagavan, he says, all the gunas that we can have, all the virtues, all the blessings, all the happiness that all these blessings promise to give us, he says, they are non-effective. Non-effective as, you season up the food. He's making an analogy here. You season up the food very, very nicely. All the seasoning is there, but then no salt. Lalita, how it will come out. Right? Salt brings everything together, isn't it? It brings out the taste and all the seasonings that we put, everything that we add. We add all the seasonings, but we didn't add the salt, then it doesn't have that nice taste that we would enjoy. So here Kalbu Sundarji is saying, the Lord is offering me all of these things, but He didn't offer me the bhakti. He didn't offer me the devotion to His feet. He says, Bhajan he na sukha kavane kaja. He says, what use is any blessing that is unaccompanied by devotion? Boli Shri Ram Chandra ki jai. What use is any blessing that is unaccompanied by devotion? Devotees, if we take this one statement to heart, when we sit for our puja, when we sit in our prayer room, what do we ask for? What do we ask for? What do we say to Prabhu? Many times I ask devotees, most devotees who are coming to the mandir regularly, they will understand that we do not ask. We do not ask of Prabhu. But sometimes we sit and we ask, right? Sometimes we sit and we ask. So many people will say, Prabhu, give me good health. Give me good health. But when we have the good health, are we using it in the right way? Are we doing the right things with the good health? I spoke to a gentleman just the other day. Those who are living here in the GTA will recognize that recently on the TTC, so the transit system, there's a lot of crimes, a lot of different things happening in the TTC. So the gentleman I spoke to happened to be a special constable, TTC. And he told me, he says most of these things are being done by young children. Young children. And what is the first thing they talk about today? Mental health. Mental health. They are mentally stressed out. Children. When I was 10 to 12 years old, for that age, you say mentally, you're stressed out, parents used to deal with that. You didn't have to go to no psychologist to deal with that. Parents would deal with that. We turned out okay. We all turned out okay. We're making our contributions to society in a healthy way. You understand, devotees? But the kind of things that we're hearing about today, the sort of leeway that is given today, devotees, is causing all of these mishaps. All of these things to go wrong. What use is all the gifts without bhakti? Kalbu Sundarji say. What do we ask for, devotees? We shouldn't ask. We don't have to ask. Just pray. Just pray. And give Prabhu that opportunity to bless you. To bless you with what you need. Not what you want. Because what we ask for is what we want. Sometimes what we want is not good for us. Not the best for us. So we pray and we say, Bhagwan, Jai Ram, Shri Ram, Om Namah Shivaya. Whatever we jap we say, whatever bhajan we sing. And we offer this prayer at the feet of Bhagwan, we say, Prabhu, whatever you want. Whatever you want. Whatever you want to give, you give me. But if we were to ask for anything, here Kalbu Sundarji is saying, if you were to ask for anything, Ask for that devotion. What use is any blessing without devotion? And the devotees, Asa Bichari Bolev Khagaraja. He says, oh, Garudaji, having thought like this, having pondered and thought about the whole situation, I started to reply. So, actually laughing already. So what will Kagbu Sundaji say? Not next Sunday, because next Sunday we wouldn't have regular 10 to 12 service, but following Sunday we will listen. We'll listen to what is the reply of Kagbu Sundaji to Maryada Purushottam. So devotees, during this past week, we've had 2 devotees that I'm aware of who celebrated birthdays on the same day, Auntie Bina and Madhav. And again, if I have left out anybody, please do accept my apology. You know, we try as best as we can to remember everyone, but you know, the memory is not perfect. So before we do our arti, sorry? Oh, I left out. Yes, so I've been reminded on a few occasions that I forgot to mention my Dharampatni's birthday, Sharmila, which was mid-January. So we wish her a very, very happy belated birthday as well. And in offering praises to Shankar Bhagavan, as we are approaching this wonderful time of Mahashivratri, we offer this prayer at the feet of Lord Shiva on behalf of Madhav, Auntie Bina, of course my Dharmpatni Sharmila, and all those who have celebrated birthdays, auspicious occasions during the past little while. Yes, Rihanna is here with us today. She celebrated last week, isn't it? Was it last week? A couple of weeks ago? Yeah. And Kayla as well. What's that? We offer this prayer at the feet of Shiv Shankar Bhagwan. Nagindraharay Trilochanay Bhashmangaradaya Maheshwaraya Nityaya Shuddhaya Digambaraya Tashmai Nakaraya Namah Shivaya Namah Shivaya Namah Shivaya Namah Shivaya Namah Shivaya Namah Shivaya
Namah Shivaya Namah Shivaya Namah Shivaya
Mandakini Shalila Chandan Charchitaya Nandishwara Pramat Nath Maheshwaraya Mandar Pushpa Bahu Pushpa Supujitaya Tashmai Makaraya Namah Shivaya Namah Shivaya Namah Shivaya Namah Shivaya Namah Shivaya. Everyone. Namah Shivaya.
Namah Shivaya Namah Shivaya Namah Shivaya
Shivaya Gauri Vadanabja Vrinda Suryaya Dakshadvara Nashikaya Shri Neelakanthaya Vrishadhvajaya Tashmai Shikaraya Namah Shivaya Namah Shivaya Namah Shivaya Namah Shivaya Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya,
Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya.
Vashisht Kumbhor Bhavgautamar Munindra Devar Shit Shekaraya Chandrarka Vaishwa Narlochanaya Tashmai Vakaraya Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya,
Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya.
Yaksha Swarupaya Jatadharaya Pinakahastaya Sanatanaya Divyaya Devaya Digambaraya Tashmaya Karaya Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya,
Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya.
Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya. Holy Shri Mahapati Mahadeva ki Jai. May the blessings of Shiv Shankar Bhagwan be upon all of those who celebrated auspicious and wonderful occasions in your life. So at this time, devotees will engage in final arti. So those who are here at the mandir, may we all please stand in reverence to Prabhu. The extra thali is prepared, so those who would like to come forward and make arti offering, you can feel free to do so. Those who are at home would like to perform arti at your altar, please feel free to do so while arti bhajan is in progress. Om Sajang Chavarti Sanyuktam Vahaninayochitam Maya Deepam Grihan Devesh Trailokyam Timirapaham Arati Shri Ramayan Ji Ki Kirati Kalita Lalita Siyapi Ki Arati Shri Ramayan
Ji ki Kirati Kalita Lalita Siyapi ki
Gavat Brahma Dika Muni Narada Valmiki Vigyan Visharad Valmiki Vigyan Shukha Sankari Shesha Auro Sharad Bharani Pavan Sut Kirati Diki Arati Shri Ramayan Ji ki Kirati Kalita Lalita Siyapi ki
Arati Shri Ramayan Ji ki Kirati Kalita Lalita Siyapi ki
Bhavat Veda Purana Ashtadash
Gavat Veda Purana
शास्त्र सब ग्रंथन को रस,
चाहो शास्त्र सब ग्रंथन को रस।
मुनि जन धन संतन को सरबस, सार अंश सम्मत सब ही के। आरति श्री रामायण जी की, कीरति कलित ललित सिय पी की।
आरति श्री रामायण जी की, कीरति कलित ललित सिय पी की।
गावत संतत शंभु भवानी,
गावत संतत शंभु भवानी।
अरुघत संभव मुनि विज्ञानी,
अरुघत संभव मुनि विज्ञानी।
व्यास आदि कवि बरज बखानी, काग भुसुंडी गरुड़ के। आरति श्री रामायण जी की, कीरति कलित ललित सिय पी की।
आरति श्री रामायण जी की, कीरति कलित ललित सिय पी की।
परिमल हरनि विषय रस फीके,
परिमल हरनि विषय रस फीके।
सुभग श्रृंगार मुक्ति युवती के,
सुभग श्रृंगार मुक्ति युवती के।
दलन रोग भाव मोरिया में के, तात मात सब विधि तुलसी के। आरति श्री रामायण जी की, कीरति कलित ललित सिय पी की। आरति श्री रामायण जी की, कीरति कलित ललित सिय पी की। कीरति कलित ललित सिय पी की। कीरति कलित ललित सिय पी की। So as we complete the Aarti devotees, we will join in a very beautiful bhajan to Shiv Shankar Bhagwan once more as we approach this wonderful time, this wonderful day of Mahashivratri. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya bolo, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya,
Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya bolo, Om Namah Shivaya.
Dam 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 rup jai, Shiv Shankar Kailashpati, युग युग सोया जीव जगाए, शिव शंकर कैलाशपति।
दम 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 डमरू बजाए, शिव शंकर कैलाशपति। युग युग सोया जीव जगाए, शिव शंकर कैलाशपति।
ओम नमः शिवाय, ओम नमः शिवाय, ओम नमः शिवाय बोलो, Om Namah Shivaya.
Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Bolo Om Namah Shivaya.
माथे ऊपर तिलक चंद्रमा पहरे नाग की माला माथे ऊपर तिलक चंद्रमा
पहने नाग की माला
डमरू की धड़कन पे नाचे श्री श्रीकांत वाला डमरू की धड़कन पे नाचे निज भक्तन के कष्ट मिटाई शिव शंकर कैलाशपति युग युग सोया जीव जगाए शिव शंकर कैलाशपति ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय बोलो ओम नमः शिवाय बोलो
Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Bolo Om Namah Shivaya.
दम 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 डमरू बजाए शिव शंकर कैलाशपति
युग युग सोया जीव जगाए
शिव शंकर कैलाशपति ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय बोलो ओम नमः शिवाय बोलो ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय बोलो ओम नमः शिवाय बोलो महापति महादेव की जय श्री रामचंद्र भगवान की जय. At this time, devotees, if you do have flowers, please take a flower in your hand. We clasp our hands, we close our eyes, we bow our heads as we join in our final prarthana to end today's devotion, humbly asking grace and blessings of Bhagavan to be upon our principal devotee, the entire family, and all who have participated today in person as well as online with us. We ask that Lord to be merciful, to shower His blessings upon us. Hari Om Mantrahinam Kriyahinam Bhaktihinam Janardanam Yat Pujitam Maya Deva Paripurnam Tarastu Me Om Avahanam न जानामि विसर्जनम पूजम जैव न जानामि क्षम्यतां परमेश्वरम् त्वमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव बन्धुश्च सखा त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव देवा. ॐ असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्युर्मामृतं गमय. हे सर्वशक्तिमान सच्चिदानंद निराकार निर्विकार सर्वधार सर्वेश्वर सर्वव्यापक अंतर्यामी अजर अमर नित्य पवित्र सृष्टिकर्ता को बारंबार नमस्कार है. हे परमात्मा भविष्य वर्तमान दुखियों का कष्ट हरण करके सुबुद्धि को प्रकाश करके जिससे सबका मंगल हो. ओम शांति 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 हरि. We join our voices as we engage in joyful praises unto Shiv Shankar Bhagwan. Shiva Shiva Shankar Har Parameshwar Shiv Shankaraya Namo. Shiva Shiva Shankar Har Parameshwar
शिव शंकराय नमः
Shiva Shiva Shankar Har Parameshwar Shiv Shankaraya Namo. Shiva Shiva Shankar
हर परमेश्वर शिव शंकराय नमः
Hari Om Namah Shivaya.
हरि ओम नमः शिवाय
Hari Om Namah Shivaya.
हरि ओम नमः शिवाय
Shiva Shiva Shankar Har Parameshwar Shiv Shankaraya Namo.
शिव शिव शंकर हर परमेश्वर शिव शंकराय नमः
Shiva Shiva Shankar Har Parameshwar Shiv Shankaraya Namo.
शिव शिव शंकर हर परमेश्वर शिव शंकराय नमः
Hari Om Namah Shivaya.
हरि ओम नमः शिवाय
Hari Om Namah Shivaya.
हरि ओम नमः शिवाय
बोलिए श्री महापति महादेव की जय, सियावर रामचंद्र की जय, उमापति महादेव की जय, पवन सुत हनुमान की जय, वृंदावन कृष्ण चंद्र की जय, उड़ीसा जगन्नाथ की जय, बोलो रे भाई सब संतन की जय, सियापति रामचंद्र की जय, बोलिए श्री सत्य सनातन धर्म की जय। जय जय सीताराम। आसन लीजिए, प्लीज हैव योर सीट्स। So devotees, brings us to the end of a wonderful session of Sunday morning devotion, and our appetite just wet a little bit for Saturday as we approach Maha Shivaratri. So I know a lot of devotees are preparing themselves for this wonderful day, night of Shiv Shankar Bhagwan, and to engage in devotion. We are very fortunate this year that it falls on a weekend. So Saturday into Sunday, and also for us here in Ontario, it also is Family Day weekend. So we have Monday to rest, right? So as such, we are able to go through our night of devotion. The entire night we'll spend with Lord Shiva, chanting praises unto him and seeking his blessings, foregoing that tamasic activity of what we call, right? We forego that for that night, and we say, Shiv Shankar Bhagwan, I offer this time to you. So we all engage in the 4 prahar offering, 9 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 3 o'clock, and 6 a.m. as we meet Lord in the form of Lord Shiva. So please join with us. Live stream for that night will not go all night. It will be from around the 9 o'clock time to those who are joining online will have 2 prahars with us, and after that we'll shut off the live stream, and we'll continue here at the mandir until 6 a.m. And please do not forget that next Sunday, because we are finishing at 6 a.m., we will not come back at 10 for a regular Sunday morning service, right? So we'll be all night in devotion to Lord Shiva, so after that we could go take a little rest.